Hello, my name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a tarot-based life consultant. I've got a message today for the fixed signs. This is for Leo, Aquarius. Let me get them all. Scorpio and Taurus. So fixed signs in the zodiac are the ones that deepen things. So if it's air signs, they deepen ideas. If they're earth signs, they nurture, they allow things to grow. So you are the parts of society that are really necessary for making projects and people flourish. So just keep that in mind. What I've asked for is kind of a different solstice reading. The solstice for me is a really powerful time because the shadow, the darkness, the night is longest on the day of the solstice. And the day is shorter. And then after that, we turn around and we start our journey back towards the sun and the days get longer. So it has to do with coming out of the dark and rebirth into the light. And so I wanted to get a kind of different message to help you kind of wrap up your year and see what's next. So the lessons we've been learning, we've got the Emperor into the, into the Judgment, into the Hermit. So this year you've been learning a lot about your structures, your belief systems, the way that you run your life, your routines, everything that you've created to make your life flourish. And what you've been learning is that actually a lot of these are outdated. A lot of these are not serving you anymore. A lot of these structures just don't really help you grow and become who you need to be. So that's our two cards here. We've got the Judgment. You had a moment where you were like, you know what? This doesn't work anymore. This isn't going to keep allowing me to do what I need to do. I need to make a change. That's the Judgment card here, being able to see clearly that which it is that you need to let go of and that which you need to continue. And the Hermit, presence of the Hermit. I love the presence of the Hermit here. This strengthens that call. You've been feeling inside in those quiet moments that there's a higher place you could get to. There's a stronger place you could get to. There's a more exalted, more noble, more in line with your heart and more in line with your soul. The Emperor is right here on the ground, and the Hermit is searching up through the air, the ether, the mind, the soul. It's away from those heavy structures of the earth and it's up into the divine. And so you've been actually trying to come closer to your soul, although you don't know it yet. But it starts with that realization that a lot of the structures that have been in place for you are not good for you anymore. So then I asked for some cards which will show the direction you are to move, and really great message. We've got the, who is this? The Ace of Wands going into the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a 1, this is a 10, the beginning, the end, going into the Knight of Pentacles, and then ending in the 7 of Swords. And this card sometimes causes some anxiety because he's a little bit of a shapeshifter card, but it's actually a good message for you this time. So the Ace of Wands, this is your heart saying, you know what? I want to be in the driver's seat now, okay? It's time for my passions to come through. It's time for me to do what I want to do. It's time for me to fall in love. And I'm not talking necessarily romantically, although it could be for some of you, but you want to fall in love with your life again. You're tired of the same old routine. And when you do that, when you align yourself there, then the universe is going to shift. Fate sends along a positive change for you. So you get a little bit of incentive here, knowing that when you follow your heart, your fortunes are literally going to change. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, now these two cards, the Knight of Pentacles talks about slow progress, but the good thing is that it's sure progress. So it's going to happen. You've got to trust that following your heart and following your desires is going to yield. It's going to provide the yields for you. And that's what the 7 of Swords is. The 7 of Swords is a mistrust. And I think what's going to happen for a lot of you is you're going to follow your heart. You're going to make some changes. You're going to start going this direction. But the world is not going to shift as quickly as you think. And you're going to start to maybe feel discouraged because you're like, well, I did what I was supposed to do. I did what felt right. And it's just not panning out as quickly as I wanted. And that's the idea here, is that be patient. These types of big shifts need time to deepen, and they need time to take root, and they need time to be permanent. And the 7 of Swords is also a card that says protection. So this is a baby. This is your new new direction. He's not quite strong yet. So protect him during this time that he's slowly growing, because we're talking about a lasting, permanent change here. You came from the Emperor that you've been building your whole life, these structures, these beliefs, these ways that life is, and you're trying to change it by tuning into that warmth of your heart. And it's just going to take some time to really come around. So do not give up, do not lose faith, and do not lose sight, because it really is going to shift your world around exactly to where you want it. And it's going to serve you so much better than that old, outdated world you're leaving behind. I hope this was helpful to you. I know it's a little bit different than my usual format. Please subscribe. I do weekly videos to keep you updated on what's going on in your world, as if you didn't know. But these are just to help you kind of navigate all the changes. And not too late to buy a Christmas present. Tarot readings make great Christmas presents. If you also want to book your New Year's reading to kind of see what's up ahead for you there, there's definitely some spots. If you're interested, I do online readings through Skype or Zoom, so more convenient. You can schedule them when it's good for you. And check out my website below to learn a bit more. And happy solstice. We'll see you next week.